Just a disclaimer. This message that I am going to be delivering today is not intended to be discriminatory. It is not intended to assassinate anyone's character. However, I am deeply concerned about the young Black men on this earth that are being raised in this time, 2021, dealing with the LGBTQ community. Okay, I'm going to go over some history. I remember growing up, there were bisexual people, there were gay people. I'm going to use the word homosexual. It's always existed. However, it just seemed like during that time, if you were homosexual, you were genuinely homosexual. I mean, some people may have turned out that way due to molestation, rape, or other circumstances that were in their life. However, for example, we have Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union. In this instance, Zion was born as a boy, which is the son that Dwayne Wade, the NBA player, had with his ex wife, which is Savon Funches. So you have Gabrielle Union dressing this woman's son up as a girl and supporting Zion becoming Zaya. I'm just going to be honest. If I was watching TV and I saw a woman that is not even my son's biological mother encouraging my Black son to become a transgender, a transsexual, homosexual, it might be enough to kill me. And you have to look at a lot of people sit back. I was watching one video and one lady said she would have to maybe bring out the smoke, you know? So this is the thing. Listen to me very carefully. If you have a Black son in 2021, this sick country that we live in, the United States of America, they want your Black son in a dress. Now, it's a problem if he wears his kinky hair. But if your Black son comes out in a dress and some makeup with some acrylic fingernails, things that a lot of people wouldn't even allow their daughters to wear, please, in the name of God, monitor, protect, supervise, and teach your Black sons. Make them aware of what is going on in this society. Because it's one thing to be homosexual, and there may be some situations where the chromosomes are off and hormones are off. I'm not trying to say that people are not born with deficiencies and disabilities and things like that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about pure male children that are born boys that have no chromosome issues, no hormonal issues, and they want them in a dress. So you have to remember, Black children look at the media. Then we have Little Nas. I mean, I don't even want to go too much into Little Nas, just look at his videos. You at least need to be aware. I mean, Little Nas is in a penitentiary in the video, humping on another black man. It's just disgusting, that the kids are not even being protected from what they're seeing on TV or in videos. I mean, and we thought back in the day when Michael Jackson did Thriller that he was the devil. I can remember people thinking that Thriller was something that children shouldn't see. But my God, I mean, I don't know what to say, but I do know this. If you have a black son, they want your black son in a dress. They want your black son with a man. We have thousands and thousands of African Americans that are coming up missing. They're taking our organs. They're going to be putting a uterus in a man so that he can start delivering babies. So transsexuals are going to be able to have babies. I mean, when I asked the Lord to allow me to live a long life, I don't know if I would have asked, if I would have known in the name of God that I was going to see and hear some of the things that I'm hearing. So, like I said, you need to supervise, teach, monitor, be completely aware. When your black sons have friends, make sure you are aware of everything. The transgenders and transsexuals are now at the schools. And they always say, well, if you're LGBTQ, in the LGBTQ community, you have a right not to be discriminated against, right? What about the rights of the children that are not homosexual? What about their rights? It just seems like that it's just getting so out of hand to where it feels like the people that are not homosexual or are not bisexual may be actually experiencing some form of discrimination, or their boundaries being crossed. Maybe not discrimination, but their boundaries are being crossed. So everybody that has a black son, just be very, very careful. Know what they're listening to. Have an open relationship with your son or sons. You want them to be able to come to you and show you the Little Nas video. That's the type of relationship you need with your sons. And you have to. I know this may bother a lot of people. Maybe you don't agree with the church. You don't want to take your kids to a mosque. You may just be fed up with religion. But I will promise you this. Even back in the day, this would be a guaranteed promise that I'm making to you. The closer you guide your children, your black sons, towards the Lord, that will be your only real way of fighting this war. And what is the war? The war is this country wants your black son in a dress. They want to emasculate your son. Therefore, no children. How do you destroy a race? You make the man so weak. You create weak men. And our black men are so troubled. I don't care if you give them $20 million. Dwayne Wade was getting complimented. People were Oh, you're a great parent. Good job. No, he's not. A great black man does not allow his 12-year-old black son to wear makeup, lipstick. He does not allow him to dress as a girl and wear girl jewelry. Also, a great father does not take his son at 12 years old to the gay pride parade. So that's not a great parent. But black men have been so hurt and troubled. Their mothers have been in and out of prisons. They've watched their fathers abuse women. Dwayne Wade came from a very troubled background. However, there is no excuse that I am going to make for this man for what he is doing to Savon's son. I wish the courts would listen. Psychiatrists and psychologists, doctors wrote letters when she was trying to get primary custody of Zion and her other son, I think is Zaire. And they gave the boys to Dwayne Wade due to the simple fact it's just about the money. What about the well-being of the children? So I just want all parents that have black sons just to be aware. I'm not saying that you won't have a black son that won't grow up gay. However, what I am saying is you don't have to encourage it through a religious upbringing that includes God. That can actually be fixed. It is not true that you do not have a choice as far as what your sexuality will become. In many cases, through prayer and through a disciplined life, someone that at one time thought that they liked the same sex can actually grow out of that behavior and not like the same sex. It is possible. To a major degree, despite what this country, the United States, teaches you, you do have a choice. Because I'll tell you this, if you love the Lord and you trying to get to heaven, if you like the same sex that bad, but you're trying to get to heaven, you're better off remaining celibate. Stop having sex. Stop being intimate. But I am highly concerned about these black boys and young men and these teenagers. And then they're disappearing left and right. They're being put in the porn history. They're being kidnapped for their organs to be sold. Some of them are being taken over to other countries so they could work and labor. Our black boys and young men, and even our black girls and black women, are not being found in the United States. I mean, look at Jelani Day's case. We still don't know who murdered him. They found him. He didn't even have his eyes, his spleen. I think his kidney was missing. Just horrible, horrific. And he was in medical school. So I really, this Sunday's message is, if you have a black son, your job and position is going to be to keep him out of a dress. Become more natural yourself. If you're a black mom, I mean, weaving hair is okay, on occasion or whatever, but be very careful the example that you're setting around your black son, especially if you're a single black mother. Watch all that fake hair and them nails and putting on too much makeup. Be clean, but you may be more beautiful than you think with your real hair. Learn to promote more natural behaviors, because these black boys are being destroyed, okay? And I don't want you to be the one. I want you to be rich in moral values. Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union, they're rich financially, but they are not rich when it comes to the main riches that are going to matter, and that's your soul, whether you get to heaven or hell. They're not rich, but we want to be rich. So if you want to be rich, fight and do everything you can to keep your black son out of a dress and some high heels and some makeup and some earrings. Fight that spirit. Fight. Get them in a Christian youth group. Take them to a mosque or a church. Get them involved in something. Teach him even that down low behavior and being bisexual is wrong. Start teaching them when they're little. If you have a black son and he's 2 or 3 years old, start promoting positive behaviors. Start now. Because the example that our famous African Americans are setting, like Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union. I always thought Gabrielle Union was such a beautiful woman. I loved her smile, but she's troubled also. My heart actually went out to her when I was listening to her background story. You know, her mother was a very light complected black woman, and Gabrielle Union, you know, she has a beautiful complexion, but she's brown. And she was saying in one of her videos that her dad, that was a darker complected man, he wouldn't have dated her because he liked light-skinned women. So that bothered her. She's a very troubled soul in all reality. And so troubled souls hurt other people. She was not able to have her own biological child from her body. She has her surrogate daughter, but that was through surrogacy. So biologically, that is her daughter because it was a IVF that was implanted in another woman. So that would be Gabrielle's egg and Dwayne Wade's sperm that made, I think their daughter name is Kavia. So I don't have nothing against these kids, but I think that Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union are setting a horrible example. I have a right to my opinion. They're putting their life out there, so they shouldn't get mad because people have opinions. They are setting a horrible example for the young black men in this world, allowing their 12-year-old little boy, this boy is 12 years old. I don't care how well he talks and how smart he is. They're allowing that little 12-year-old boy to act like he's some kind of adult. He's running. It's like he's the parent. He's running the show. And he should not be running the show, running around in women's clothes, talking about he's gay, he wants to be a woman and this and that. It's insane. So the thing is, on this Sunday, if you have a black son, write this down. My goal in life is going to be to keep my black son out of a dress. I hope this didn't offend anybody, but I love these black boys out here, and we have to prepare them to be fruitful, to multiply. And we have to prepare them not to be homosexuals. That should be our goal. At least prepare them for that. And the ones that have chromosome issues, hormonal issues, take them to a doctor, get them tested, find out biologically if there's something wrong with the little boy, instead of just assuming. And then once that test come back saying there's no hormone issues, there's no chromosome issues, then you sit your black son down and you get him a Bible and you teach him about Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. You teach him about Adam and Eve, and you teach him the word, and you teach him about hell, and save your black son. And don't let nobody tell you, oh, you're being strict. Save your black son's soul for the afterlife and save his life here on this earth because he deserves a family. Okay? He deserves that. And it's going to be very hard for him to have that if his thing is in another man. Okay? Forget it. I'm just going to say it just like that. It's going to be very hard for him to have his own family if he has a you know what in his mouth. He's tossing somebody's booty crack or whatever they doing now. I don't know. I don't want to be doing it. But at the same time, protect your black son. Sit down. I mean, it wouldn't even hurt. Like my family, they are aware of the Dwayne Wade situation with Gabrielle Union. Use what they're doing to show your children, your family, all boys in your family, all black boys in your family. Show them what's going on so you can show them how sick it is and then reference the Bible or reference other materials. Ask them how they feel. If you have a black son and you notice he's not seeming to be too much into girls, have a conversation, figure out what's going on. Be careful with the therapists that you take them to, because these therapists, some of them are just as sick as Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union, and they'll tell your son, oh, you have a choice. It's okay. You got to love your boyfriend. So we just have to be very aware. I mean, and versus back 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago, the children are being more exploited now. I mean, for example, what Dwayne Wade is doing to his son, he's exploiting that little boy. Whether he realizes that's what he's doing or not, yeah, he's getting the attention and stuff like that, but it's just not right. And Gabrielle Union, to do that to another woman's son, to be dressing that boy up, and then the way they removed him from his mom. I mean, if he would have been around his real mom, I don't think he'd be in a dress. I'm just going to be honest. My honest to God opinion. And definitely Savon's mom, Darlene, Zion would have been so structured in the word of God. He wouldn't have even been thinking about getting near a dress. He would have been chasing somebody that had a dress on. I promise you that. So just listen to this message, share it with other black mothers so you can protect your sons, okay? I love y'all. This message is not to hurt nobody, but I want to see these black boys grow up and have children, be well grounded, and have families. I mean, not all black boys will end up with a black woman, but I'd rather see a black boy grow up and be with another race woman than to see him on TV at a gay pride parade wearing dresses. I promise you that. So that's just my honest to God opinion. So have a wonderful Sunday and write this down. Call somebody today and say, you know what? Our job is to keep our black son out of a dress. Girl, let's keep our black sons out of a dress. That's going to be our job. Okay? Again, I love y'all. This message is coming from pure love and concern. I mean nobody no harm. And I just want you to be so successful, okay? I really do. Please like, subscribe, and share. And thank you so, so much for listening, okay?